guys think about it, it's the perfect combination, right? Soulja Boy, Tommy, they both overpromise and underdeliver.
Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. That's right, the video game show that is not hosted by an annoying e-beggar. There is no Patreon, no super chats. That's right, we just talk about the games we love and how fun it is to hoard them, collect them. Now, with that said, let's get ready for the show. On today's episode, this show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Alright, let me do the old man cringe check. Hat, check. Beard, check. Video game shirt, check. Games behind me, check. Alright, I'm set. Oh guys, first let me say this. With this new fundable that they're trying to raise money with, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. He would be the perfect investor for this company because I don't want any of my fellow old men cringe community dumping any more money into this dumpster fire. I really don't. Once again, let's do the disclaimer. This is not financial advice. If you need financial advice, you should seek the the help of a professional and not be listening to guys on YouTube or musicians that want to be video game company CEOs or rappers. But anyway, guys, listen. There's a couple of things here. First, let me say this. After these new numbers that have been revealed with the fundable for the Intellivision Amico, we know now some of the more truer numbers, let's say, because I don't trust them. You know, you have to, based on our experience now with this company, right? We know that they stretch their numbers or, you know, live in a different reality. Guys, if you go back to that video, if you go back to that first investment video, does it ring true now? How many things were not done? How many things were undelivered? And like I say, both of these guys could be, their motto could be, we overpromise and underdeliver. Now there's one advantage that Soulja Boy has over Tommy. He actually delivers consoles. They may not be the best quality, but he gets the job done. I bet those guys would be working a lot faster in the office if Soulja Boy was CEO there. You know, maybe a co-CEO deal would be good. Hey, but if he wants to be part owner of a video game company, here's one that's struggling, right? And it's struggling quite mightily, guys. I know some of you are kind of upset at me, right? Because I told you things you didn't want to hear. And let me say this. Amico means friend, and a true friend, right? A real friend will tell you the truth, right? And this company tells you what you want to hear, right? I'm telling you what you need to know.
Now, this is what you need to know. In the new fundable, they say things, for example, like hardware is 100% complete. Now, both you and I know that the hardware is not complete. Cornhole is not operating properly because of the controllers, for example. And this doesn't mean that they have units complete. This could mean that they just have a bill of materials. They already know what they want to purchase. They just haven't done it, right? So this right here, let's not say it's disingenuous, but it's salesmanship more than fact. But what is fact is what's on the bottom there. The operating system is 90% complete. Now let me ask you, how many videos have you seen where people have said that it was? Even got into arguments with other people, whether it's online, forums, what have you, regarding this system being complete. You know, this is where Intellivision should really apologize to all those people that made videos for them that, you know, led them to believe different things, because, you know, ultimately they use that footage to lure other investors to their first fundraising, for their first crowdfunding, especially after they said they wouldn't do it. and it's sad to see a lot of these people are leaving the internet, not posting anymore. They don't want to deal with it anymore because they accepted what television said as fact, when it wasn't 100% accurate. So if it's not 100% accurate, they shouldn't let these people to believe that, so they wouldn't take the harassment afterwards, and it's well deserved for some of them for not being more critically thinking. I remember when I started pointing things out about this company in the beginning, even though I like the console and I like the games, I was getting a lot of blowback from fans, from fellow old men cringes that, were at awe or just didn't believe that I was saying these things about the company. But, they were plain to see. And let me give you some examples here of how some things are not exactly what they appear. A lot of times when companies are crowdfunding, they'll say things like, hey, we don't take this to venture capitalists because they want to nickel and dime you, to paraphrase, for example, that presentation that they did with the two creepy guys. The one guy looks like he was on sort of medication, and the other guy looked like he was 12. So let me show you this. Alright guys, a big excuse that a lot of companies fundraising or crowdfunding use is they'll say, well, we don't want to take this to venture capitalists because, they'll nickel and dime us. For example, they'll say something like they want too many requirements. They'll put a bunch of excuses, but basically what happens is when you're a venture capitalist, you have to, you're going to venture your capital, so you want to add the numbers up, and sometimes the numbers don't add up. Let's look at the simple chart right here. The Intellivision Amico is betting that they're going to be doing better numbers, for example, than the original Xbox. Right? The original Xbox came out in 2001, had an 8-year lifespan, and sold 24 million units. So they think they can do 25 million in 3.5 years, right? For their investors to get a 10x return. Right? As I'm showing you the numbers here, you can see the other consoles here. The GameCube only sold 21.74 million. The Wii U, the worst performing Nintendo console, sold just over 13.5 million. Right? Let's look at something more contemporary, which is the Xbox One. That has 8 years on the market and has roughly done twice the amount of business in twice the amount of time as the Intellivision Amico wants to do. I think the numbers are unrealistic, but when you put it in this context, right? People can say anything, but when you really compare the data, it becomes more than improbable, right? And for more than one reason. Let me show you this. Let's say if they were to, hit their goal of selling 25 million consoles, right? In 42 months, which is 3.5 years, that would mean that they would have to ship an average of 595,238 units per month. If you can find any information where this company has said that they have the infrastructure to produce this many consoles when they haven't produced 1,000, please tell me, because I can't find it anywhere. I can't see them producing more than 50,000 at this point per month, given the current economics. But, if they find different, if you know different, please let me know. But that wouldn't even be the more troublesome part. Let's look at the costs. Let's say that Mr. Tallarico is the best negotiator in the world, and he gets every single unit at a cost of $80, right? Because he talks about the profits, and he let the investors know, the first round of investors, that the profit margin was there to be made, right? So he's a great negotiator, and he pays only $80 per console, delivered from China or from whenever they're going to be made, from the boat straight to his warehouse for $80, everything included, right? Even at that great price, even at that amazing price, that would be just a cost basis of over $47.5 million at that rate, right? let's say we take him at his word, and he has $150 million secured of credit. That's pretty thin. He has 3 months supply of consoles. Hopefully everybody pays within 90 days, but the bigger customers, such as Walmart, Target, get more favorable terms. They get 90 days, so he'd be cutting it close there. But the figure itself, $47 million. How much do you think this company's worth? If the best guesstimate revenues from the internet is that they could make anywhere from $13 to $15 million a year, you're talking about spending just in the cost of the console $47 million, right? As you get deeper into the weeds, the numbers don't make sense. So why the lack of performance in this company? Well, mainly is, the funding of this company mostly goes to salaries for people that are not fully performing their jobs. That's just the gist of it. You guys think about this company. This company, when they first came out, they were talking about over 50 games. 41 of them we've never seen, right? And these guys, according to Tommy, are making at least 6 figures. And they keep raising money. They want even more money after the last 11 million. And they have nothing to show for it other than incomplete product. And that's according to them. All they have really is the console that they want to build. But the infrastructure that's going to run these games, the games themselves, even the games that are already paid for by another country, there's just not enough done, right? And it shows that the people running the company don't have the experience to do what they're proposing to do. It's taking them too long. It's a contractor that may be hardworking. Imagine a contractor in your home, and they keep asking you for more money, and there's very little progress. And they think the solution is more money. And sometimes it's not that. You just need better people. And that's the crux of the problem here. You need better leadership. As this post shows, which is the only guy that actually posted anything of substance here, because everybody else was posting about how happy they were to work here. And who wouldn't be happy working there? If you got to go to work and show no progress whatsoever, right? And that's very common on places that are run by artists. But being an artist is very different than working in manufacturing, right? When you work in manufacturing, you don't get to say, well, I don't feel like it today. I'm not inspired. I'm just not feeling it. You have to produce, right? You have to hit your targets. And this guy nails it right on the head here. No proper leadership or project planning. That's why nothing's getting done. Decisions are oftentimes reactive instead of proactive. That tells you right there the quality plan is out the door, if they even have one, which I very much doubt. It's just really not good news all around, guys.
This is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, guys, but the numbers don't add up. Let me say this. I know many of you, or many people that watch my videos, got a little upset with me when I told you things you didn't want to hear. Let me tell you something. The word amico means friend in Italian, right? And a real friend, right, that has empathy for you, will not tell you only the things you want to hear. They'll tell you what you need to know. In many circles, you guys have circled the wagons, right? When you seem to be attacked, and you tell each other what you want to hear, not necessarily what you want to know. And with these new numbers from Fundable, the evidence is here. And if you want to back this company out of spite, or out of you identify with the company, go right ahead. Like I said, this is not financial advice. You guys do whatever you want to do with your money. But the numbers don't add up. Not in proficiency, not in any sort of competence, right? If I was to tell you, right, what is it, over 30 months now, that Soldier Boy would deliver consoles sooner than in television, what you would believe?
The truth is that the initial investors' money would have been better off investing in Soldier Boy's soap company before COVID than it is sitting there in AMICO stock, number one. Number two, if anybody wanted a console, they should have ordered it from Soldier Boy, because it seems that he's delivering more consoles than the AMICO ever has. New videos every Monday and Sunday. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click that notification bell, and remember, never ever be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.